Okay, hello class, welcome to Module 3, or Chapter 3 I guess I should say. We're going to explore editing tools. By the end of this chapter you should be able to select text, move and copy text between documents, use the clipboard task pane, and you should be able to insert files. Again, if you are already familiar with Microsoft Word, this is going to be pretty easy, but if you are not used to Microsoft Word, this will be beneficial to you. The next chapter, Chapter 4, Formatting, those of you who are familiar with Word, that is when I feel you will start seeing things that you haven't seen before. But for this module, we are going to just demonstrate some basics of how to copy and paste and things of that nature. So, for your assignment, what I'm going to have you guys do is pick out a subject, any random subject, and I tend to like to use open source software is my go-to, and you're going to copy and paste information out of different websites. No, this is not plagiarizing because I'm not grading your content, I'm grading your ability to copy, paste, and format the content. I'm not even going to read it, I'm just going to look and make sure that all the fonts and paragraphs and everything all line up and that the formatting is consistent. So I'm going to Google open source explained. Okay, so to copy, there are several different ways to do it. I am just clicking and dragging my mouse over this, and then I can right click and click copy. A second way to do it is to put your cursor somewhere, and you can hold the shift key down and hit your over key, or you can use your keyboard shortcuts such as end. It takes you to the end of the line. Let me see, what else can we do? And then the down arrow will select a line at a time. Most people prefer just take your mouse, point, click, and drag. So right click and copy. The keyboard shortcut for that is to hold the control key down and hit V. V is copy. And then we can go over to our document and we can right click and paste it. I'm sorry, Control V is to paste. Control C is to cut. So if I wanted to cut and copy this, I could do a Control C for copy. And granted, this is what was already on the clipboard anyhow. Control V for paste. So that is how you can copy and paste into your Word document. Now, if you look at section 3.1.1 basic selection tools, you have two, if you look down in the lower corner of my little screen, you have two tables in there that have a lot of different shortcuts for you. I do want you guys to review those. They can be handy. Take for example, if you want to select a word, the faster way to do it is to double click it. If you want the whole line, well, there it goes, or the whole paragraph rather, you just triple click. Of course, you could just click and drag, or you could just triple click, and that's described on the table under sections 3.1.1. So after you have information copied and pasted from different sources, I try to avoid Wikipedia because they're so loaded up with links and things like that. I want you to notice when I paste this, our document now has different colors, different font styles, different font sizes. Let's see what we have here. This is 13.5 for the size. Well, that is also 13.5. But you can see that the font type changes, and then of course over here you've got, purple and whatnot. So after you have your entire document put together, I'd like for it to be, gather information from several different sources. And then I want you to select everything like this, or however you want to do it. You can use the shortcut keys too. Now notice we're now blank up here because Word does not know what font or size to tell you this is because it has several different kinds. So we're just going to change it. Well, we'll just use let's just use Arial. Arial's a real common one. And then we can set the size to 12. Now we want our color. Well, we got some bold in there. Click bold twice, it'll get rid of that. Do we have any italics in here? I don't see any, but just in case, we'll do that. And if we have anything underlined, we'll do that. And that'll get rid of all of the formatting. And then we will come up here to our font color. Oops, I made it red. And make it all black. Now, another way you could have done this would be to just clear all formatting. And well, it changed it to Calibri body, but let's just take it back to Arial and back to 12. And go through and make sure that your paragraph spacing is consistent, which it is not. There's one space here, two spaces here, so basically what you're doing is you're removing all the formats and you're making it look as if it wasn't copied and pasted from several different websites. Now, another interesting part in this chapter, something that I did not know, you can actually view what is on your clipboard by clicking this little down arrow right here. Here are the different things that you put on your clipboard, and you can select them from here. See, this was something I copied yesterday. This was the YouTube video link from me yesterday that I copied and pasted into Canvas. That way you guys could watch it. And if I wanted to paste that, it's still there. So the last thing that you selected is not the only thing that's going to be in this clipboard. Things that, well, like I said, I did yesterday are still in there. So if you think, oh yeah, where did I get that from? It's this little feature right here that will show you. Other than that, the rest of this chapter, I do want you guys to look through it, but most of this is just different ways of copying and pasting and using the clipboard. After you have done a file save, see, it hasn't been saved at all yet. This document I have not saved at all, so I would have to choose where I want it to be saved to. Enter a name and click Save. After I have done that, autosave turns on automatically. I recommend using this feature on, just leave it on, because everything you do will automatically be saved as you do it. Unless that is somehow inconveniencing you, that will prevent you from losing your work, and I wanted to point that out to you guys too. Okay, if you need to copy the entire contents of one file into another, you can use a command on the insert ribbon. Okay, so we are looking for insert object and then we can either create new or create from file, and I'm going to browse to my desktop and I'm just going to pick a random one and insert it. And it just took every single thing that was in that file and added it to our previous file that we've been working on. And I think I might have inserted it. Yeah, I put it right in the middle instead of at the end. That was just an accident, but now you guys can see how to insert an entire file from your desktop into a document that you're currently working on. And that actually concludes Chapter 3. Like I said, next week we'll start getting into, formatting. So we'll get into bulleted lists, setting tabs on the ruler and things like that. And that may be things that even if you're familiar with Microsoft Word, those may be new concepts to you. But for your assignment, like I said, all you're doing is picking some subject. I don't care what it is. You can do open source software, you can do different types of animals, whatever. Copy and paste the information and then set the source formatting so that it's all consistent. I don't care what font you use or what size you use, I just want it to be consistent throughout the document. And that would demonstrate your ability to copy paste and build upon a little bit of what we did last week with our font tab. And that's it, guys, so enjoy the rest of your lesson.